What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade, basketball back at it. We're going to talk about Marc Gasol going to the Los Angeles Lakers for 2 years. And this is a tough one, as Marc Gasol didn't have the lasting impact that we thought he would have coming off that big contract with the Raptors. Even though the Lakers don't really need him to do much, honestly and truthfully, because he's no longer that elite level defender. Never really been the greatest rebounder either. And at the end of the day, the thing that is the most important thing I should say about this is the Lakers got another big, and they didn't really need Dwight Howard to do much in the NBA Finals and other series, and sometimes they did. Obviously, you don't want to put too much of a workload on Anthony Davis, as he do have to guard the four and the fives, and sometimes switch and guard the perimeter players. But Marc Gasol days of being a great defender to me are limited. But if they're not going to play him that much during the regular season, and they need him to step it up a little bit more, in my personal opinion, in the postseason, I think he can be valuable. I don't think that you can rely on him. I don't think that you can depend on him. Even when the Raptors won their championships, he was inconsistent. Some games he had a huge impact. Some games it was defensively. Some games he was able to knock down mid-range shots and play make. So it depends on what the fans expect. And the only reason I bring those things up is because it's the Lakers. Everybody's going to watch this team. This is LeBron James. This is the Lakers. This is Anthony Davis, the defending champions. And Marc Gasol could be a little disappointing to their fans. But depending on how you look at Marc Gasol and how you expect him to be as a player, then you will get probably a solid player. I don't really look at him as a difference maker. I don't look at him as a game changer. The best part about him is he can get bigs out of the paint because he can shoot threes, and you do have to guard him. And if you close out too hard, he can't put the ball on the ground and make plays still. And he still can knock down mid-range jumpers and free throws. So you're not going to get a lot of rebounding. You're not going to get high efficient play, and you're not going to really get a lot consistent effort and energy each and every game. Now, when his minutes are condensed and his role is condensed, maybe he can have a lot more better performances. But this is an older, more worn down Marc Gasol. He's been through a lot of battles. He's been through a lot of war. He still do have high IQ. He still is a great passer. But if you're looking for that, he can still do it. Everything else, he might be disappointing to a lot of Laker fans because y'all be going in on a lot of to players that be on your team. So that's one of the reasons I bring all that up, because the Lakers fans, they demand greatness. They are a little spoiled because they always winning. And Marc Gasol isn't 33. He isn't 30 anymore. This guy's pushing 40. So he's going to be a worse version of himself like he done showed the last 2 years in spurts. Also, the Lakers also traded JaVale McGee and a second round pick to the Cavs for Jordan Bell and Alfonzo Mckinnie. Now, that trade, I don't really have too much of a problem with, even though JaVale McGee was a player that a lot of people liked. A lot of people enjoyed him since he's been with the Lakers. He did win a title with them. Jordan Bell is a guy that I'm a little iffy on, too. Not the greatest finisher, cannot spread the floor, very raw as a player. So I can see the Lakers fans being disappointed in getting him because he's just a finisher. You just lob the ball and he dunks. He plays 5 to 15 minutes if he does get that. And he's not a 7-footer either. At least Marc Gasol has the size, and JaVale McGee had the size and the athleticism to impact switching and defense. I don't think Jordan Bell is a great defender. I don't think he's a great player at this point in his career. But we'll see what happens with him. Alfonzo McKinney, that might make it worth it because he is a guard that can actually do stuff. And he's probably the better player out of all these guys. It might be crazy for me to say that, but you're getting Jordan Bell, who's not really that good, and Marc Gasol, we don't even know what he's going to be and how he's going to play, how many minutes he's going to get, and what kind of Marc Gasol you get from game to game is going to be a question because he's just been inconsistent like that the last 2 years, even in the playoffs. But Alfonzo McKinney is a guard that can score. He can catch fire time to time, can knock down perimeter shots. I don't really expect him to have a huge role either, as they start in five and their bench is pretty much secured. I can see him more if somebody gets injured or somebody not having it that day. He might come in and give you 5 to 15 to 20 minutes sometimes, depending on injuries and what's happening in that situation. Because foul trouble comes up and you need other guys to come in more than they usually would. I feel like he can be a Quinn Cook type of guy that he can give you meaningful minutes here and there. He can win you some games or hit some key shots here and there. And that's really about it when I look at the guys y'all got right now. Some of these guys, not here long term. Some of these guys not getting paid a lot of money, and some of these guys are tradable and waivable. So if it doesn't work out, or they don't like them, or they don't fit, none of these guys are getting a long term commitment. None of these guys are going to play heavy minutes and be key players. But honestly, I probably rather have JaVale McGee than Alfonzo McKinney and Jordan Bell. I will probably rather have JaVale McGee. But he's gone now, and these are the players you get. You up your guard, you up your bigs, but I don't really think the bigs y'all getting are that great anyway. To be honest, y'all not gonna like it. Some people gonna respect it, but I live with what I say and what I know and what I see. I watch every game, and the two players y'all getting, not really that interesting. Alfonso McKinney, solid player, but I don't really see him getting meaningful minutes. And I think like the Lakers are always buyout players, so people want to come there, and you can replace any of these guys or get any of these guys as a buyout, as the season gets ready for the playoffs. So all these guys, not high impact role players, but they are still NBA players. I should say it like that. But don't expect greatness. Don't expect something amazing, or you will be hating and being disappointed in what you get if you're expecting these guys to be amazing. Even though I'd rather have JaVale McGee than all these guys they got. And you had to get rid of a second round pick for guys that I'm not really high on as players. They have upside, but you know how the Lakers are. Most of these guys are either going to get flipped or they're not going to make the roster that long. So, if I had to be honest, Lakers fans will be a little disappointed hearing this video, but I got to keep it real with my fans and the people that watch. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. Like on Facebook to show support. Also, if you're new to the channel, I have videos just like this, and also breakdowns of players, legends, rookies, and also summer league coverage, draft coverage, free agency, as you see, trade deadline, top 10 list, season previews. And if you like and share this video, it can reach more people, and that's a small way to help. If you want to help the channel further, you can buy merchandise just like this on my Facebook page. You can change the color of the logo, change the color of the shirt, pick any type of way you want to customize it, get a message to me on Facebook, and I can get it shipped out. You can also buy merchandise on my spread shirt, and it can get shipped out to you. Just pick how you want it to be, and they'll ship it to you. Also, comment. I read every comment. If you think I'm crazy, or you think I'm keeping it real, or you think I'm going to be wrong, however you feel about these acquisitions, let me know in the comment section below. As I do read every comment, just be respectful with your responses. And other than that, let me know. Is you high on this? You happy? Or you just want to see it play out? Either way it go, be a little caution about these players that y'all are getting. If I had to be honest, be cautious. They might disappoint you.